I have always been interested in learning more about stocks and investing, but I never really knew where to start. After searching for a way that I could learn about trading from the ground up, I actually was able to find a tool that actually helped. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So I've been using eToro now for a few months, and it's helped me understand the endless possibilities for investing in trades that I can make. I've learned a ton about trading, and even with a few small losses along the way, I have done pretty well so far. So today, I'm going to tell you what I've learned about eToro as someone who started with absolutely no experience. I'm going to explain how eToro works, why it's different than others, and the pros and the cons to give you a better understanding to see if eToro could work for you. So if you haven't heard about eToro, it's a social trading platform founded in Tel Aviv in 2007 with the goal of empowering regular people to be able to trade and invest online. They created a collaborative and transparent investment community built around social connection and investor education.
Okay, so eToro is a tool that can be just as valuable for experienced investors with a crypto exchange that trades in over 140 cryptocurrency assets, around 100 of which are available to U.S. residents. And there's also an online brokerage platform where you can try your hand on a limited selection of stocks and exchange-traded funds or ETFs. But what really makes eToro stand out is the platform's vibrant social community where you can engage in a communal trading experience. Another notable feature is CopyTrader, which allows users to copy trades from successful and experienced investors. Now, playing around with that tool really gave me the confidence I needed to start making moves on my own. Now that we know about eToro, let's dive into how it actually works. Well, opening an account is very easy, as it is with any other website. And of course, there is a minimum deposit that you have to make before you can start trading. And this varies from country to country with a range from $50 to $10,000. So after signing up, you're going to need to go through a quick onboarding process and complete a questionnaire that's going to ask for some personal information and allows you to link to your bank account or other financial institutions you'll be using to make deposits into your account.
At this point, you can also set up an eToro options account, which lets you trade options in the eToro Options app.
The trading tab of the eToro platform is where all of the action happens. You can view prices and buy, sell, or convert over 140 cryptocurrencies, over 6,400 stocks, and more than 760 ETFs.
You're going to find all the major and significant assets and securities here, but if you're accustomed to other trading platforms, you might feel that the list of tradable assets is limited. Also, you won't find many order types beyond basic market and limit orders, and this may deter more experienced users. However, for a newbie like myself, it was a great way to dip my toes into investing and make successful trades in a relatively safe and empowering environment. There's also a convenient mobile app for iOS and Android, so you can stay plugged into eToro from anywhere and build custom watch lists that sync up between the mobile and web platforms. There you can set volatility alerts, which will send you notifications directly to your phone if one of the assets you're watching has worrying activity. Basically, no matter how you choose to access eToro, you can stay on top of things and track your investments 24/7. And if you decide that you'd like to try out eToro, check out the affiliate link in the description below. Sometimes we even have special discounts, which you wouldn't get by going directly to their website.
Let's talk about features. So there are a number of ways you could put your money to work on the eToro platform, and I'll quickly run you through the options. You can invest in stocks with over 6,000 to choose from, as well as a range of ETFs from as little as $10.
Or you can use the smart portfolio function to curate your own collection of assets or invest in a ready-made smart portfolio. The latter requires a $500 minimum investment.
Now, if you're new to trading and want to earn money while still learning the ropes, you should consider using CopyTrader.
The general idea of the CopyTrader tool is pretty simple. You can choose the traders you want to copy, decide on the amount that you wish to invest, and copy everything they do automatically and in real time with one click of a button.
Like I already mentioned, you can invest in around 140 crypto assets, including the big names like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin.
And what's unique about eToro is that the platform is anchored by a passionate investor community with a social media-like news feed. But you can also track your chosen markets through the platform's blogs and by setting your own personalized alerts. Now, you do have a ton of resources at your fingertips. eToro is great for beginner investors, but the best feature for beginners is that you get a practice account with a virtual fund of $100,000 when you first join. So you can practice investing without spending any real money until you feel confident enough for the real thing. For more experienced members, there's the eToro Club that's open to users with more than $5,000 in their trading account. So I already mentioned the mobile app, but there's also an eToro Money Wallet app, which allows you to store or transfer your coins if you trade in crypto. These features are accompanied by eToro's top-notch security. You can rest assured your personal information is protected with SSL encryption, and you can add two-factor authentication to your login procedure for an extra layer of security. And if you're confident in giving yourself a little more autonomy, then you can opt for a more traditional long-term investment strategy with a core portfolio that you can choose to suit your investment strategy or your personal style. These are all designed with the guidance of BlackRock, and having one of the 5 in your arsenal to fall back on is a very sensible way to go. Now let's talk about their fees and their competitors. So one of the best things about eToro is that you can invest without paying any commissions or management fees, and there's a very low barrier to entry with the minimum investment starting at $50 depending on where you live. But there are some fees that you should be aware of. So first, there is a standard $5 fee to withdraw funds, and secondly, there is a standard fixed fee of 1% whenever you buy or sell any of the crypto assets. Finally, if for some reason you don't log into your account for 12 months, you'll be charged a monthly inactivity fee of $10. So if you stop using the platform, be sure to close your account to avoid this charge. Now, when I first started, I knew absolutely nothing. I was new to the whole trading game, but I have checked out other platforms and none of them have the community vibe and special features that eToro offers. But how do they compare in terms of the range of investments or trades you can make? Well, Plus 500 is a very straightforward trading experience with a very minimal and simplified interface that is purely focused on trading. Compared to trades you can make on eToro, Plus 500 doesn't have spot trading, but it does give you a broad range of CFDs, more currencies, and major indexes than eToro. But eToro has more crypto assets and other available trades with over 5,000 tradable instruments compared with around 2,800 at Plus 500. Let's talk about my experience with eToro. The community is fantastic, and I frequently reference the education section of their site to learn some basic investment lessons in the eToro Academy, where there are free and quick courses, plus a lot of other useful resources, guides, tutorials, news, and tips. However, they could stand to be a little more transparent because although they say there are no fees, there are a few, some of which I've covered here. And they could also improve how you can research and screen stocks. But I just use TradingView whenever I need a comprehensive stock screening view of my options. In fact, you always do more research rather than just relying solely on the eToro community for insights. Another downside to note for US residents is that any money you keep in your eToro account is not protected by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, but as a global and established trading platform, eToro keeps your funds in a separate regulated bank account that is held in trust. So in the unlikely event that they go bankrupt, your personal funds would not be impacted. Also, eToro is like the Facebook of online trading, and I've learned a ton from interacting with other users. So bottom line, I think anyone interested in learning about trading can get started on eToro. It's easy, affordable, and you can learn a lot from other users in the community. And as long as you use their tips and advice and the tools provided from your own research and go in with realistic expectations, it's a great place to learn and make a profit without risking your financial future. And of course, there will be losses and there's a bit of a learning curve, but I have steadily increased my account balance since I've started, and I think in the end, that's what matters. And that's all for this review. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos just like this. As a reminder, if you want to check out eToro and learn about investing and trading, then use the affiliate link down in the description below, where sometimes we do have special deals that you can take advantage of that you won't find if you go directly through their website. Also, if you are interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, just reach out using the email in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below and I'll do my best to reply as soon as I can. Finally, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.